If you do, then I know where to tickle you too. You know how to be silly, that's why I like you. Boy, are you ever silly. I never met anybody sillier than me till I met you. I like you because when it's time to stop being silly, maybe the day after tomorrow, maybe never, too late, it's 1/4 silly. Sometimes we don't say a word. We snirkle under fences, we spy secret places. If I'm a goofus on the roofus hollering my head off, you are one too. And if I pretend I'm drowning, you pretend you're saving me. If I'm getting ready to pop a paper bag, then you're getting ready to yell, hooray. That's because you really like me. You really like me, don't you? And I really like you back. And you like me back, and I like you back, and that's the way we keep on going every day. If you go away, then I go away too. Or if I stay home, you send me a postcard. You don't say, well, see you around sometime, bye. I like you a lot because of that. If I go away, I send you a postcard too. And I like you because if we go away together, if we are in Grand Central Station and I get lost, then you are the one that's yelling for me. And I like you because when I'm feeling sad, you don't always cheer me up right away. Sometimes it's better to be sad. You can't stand the others being so googly and gaggly every single minute. You want to think about things. It takes time. I like you because if I'm mad at you, then you're mad at me too. It's awful when the other person isn't. They're so nice and hoo-hoo, you could just punch them in the nose. I like you because if I think I'm going to throw up, then you are really sorry. You don't just pretend you're busy looking at the birdies and all that. You say, maybe it was something you ate. You say, the same thing happened to me one time, and the same thing did. If you find 2 4-leaf clovers, you give me 1. If I find 4, I give you 2. If we only find 3, we keep on looking. Sometimes we have good luck, and sometimes we don't. If I break my arm, and if you break your arm too, then it's fun to have a broken arm. I tell you about mine, you tell me about yours. We're both sorry. We write our names and draw pictures, and we show everybody, and they wish they had a broken arm too. I like you because, I don't know why, but everything that happens is nicer with you. I can't remember when I didn't like you. It must have been lonesome then. I like you because I forget why I like you, but I do. So many reasons. On the 4th of July, I like you because it's the 4th of July. On the 5th of July, I like you too. If you and I had some drums and some horns and some horses, if we had some hats and some flags and some fire engines, we could be a holiday. We could be a celebration. We could be a whole parade. See what I mean? Even if it was the 999th of July, even if it was August, even if it was way down in the bottom of November, even if it was no place in particular in January, I would go on choosing you and you would go on choosing me over and over again. That's how it would happen every time. I don't know why. I guess I don't know why I really like you. Why do I like you? I guess I just like you. I guess I like you because I like you.
Thank you, Gabby. Okay, I probably should let you know that I'm Ian's uncle via marriage, and I've known him for over 15 years. So when I met Danny and saw them together for the first time 3 years ago, it was immediately apparent to me that Danny and Ian share a strong love for each other and life. And as I spent more time with them, learning about their story, I came to understand why. Now let me share a little bit about how Danny and Ian came to be standing before you all today. And their story starts at Muhlenberg College, where they first met 5.5 years ago on Halloween. And as you know, Halloween is a time to dress up and be something you really would like to be. And so Ian chose to be a whiteboard to get girls' numbers, or perhaps to make himself more attractive to teachers. And Danny was dressed as Paddington Bear, her sorority mascot. And while at the party, Ian didn't get Danny's number on his whiteboard, but she did leave part of her costume behind. A tag that read, "Please take care of this bear." And after the party, Ian attempted to track Danny down through friends and return the tag, but he never made the connection. And both of them went on with their lives, not knowing that fate had begun its mysterious influence on their lives. And several months later, Ian's luck changed when he got a chance to reconnect with Danny while out celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And they began spending time together in the weeks that followed. Their first date ended up at a Wegmans, where Ian learned a valuable lesson about girls. They also liked pickles and beef jerky. And he also learned that he and Danny had so much more in common, and saw their relationship quickly grow into something special. And when that school year ended, Ian watched Danny graduate and move home while he had a whole other year of school remaining. And what may have derailed a burgeoning relationship only made it stronger, as Danny and Ian spent the next school year making sure they saw each other every other week. And after that long year, their commitment to each other was fortified. Their influence on each other is apparent, while their love for each other is one of comfort. Danny told me she's attracted to Ian's nerdiness, but more importantly, his curiosity and loving ways. And Ian shared that while Danny's confidence is something he admires, he's more amazed she actually laughs at his jokes. Through a lot of hard work, post-college, building their careers, Danny and Ian 2 years ago got to the important work of making a home with each other, renting their first apartment together in New York City. And a home is more than a place to put your belongings. Home serves as the starting point for so many important decisions and memories. And not far from their home last year at the Cloisters, Ian proposed to Danny on the anniversary of her parents' own wedding 33 years prior. And Ian adorned the engagement ring with that Paddington Bear tag Danny had left behind all those years ago on Halloween. And in doing so, confirmed for Danny that he would indeed take care of that bear he met that night. And I thought it was extremely fitting that Ian proposed at the Cloisters, as a cloister is an enclosed environment where religious men and women went to grow closer to God without distraction. And with their marriage today, Danny and Ian will also grow closer than they've ever been by enclosing their hearts into the care of the other, placed there without distraction and with clarity and conviction forever. Now, before we move on to the next reading, I just want to check, how are we doing on those rings? Okay, we're doing we're at a good pace, I think, Danny. Okay. Okay, now I'd like to call Erwin, Ian's grandfather, to the microphone to share a poem he wrote for this joyful day called 1+1. And the poem is also on the back of your programs if you'd like to follow along. Erwin?
Actually, Danny and Ian asked me to write a poem because they thought I was a poet. I'm really not.